Good afternoon. I'm Mohammad Elayan. I'm a chemistry teacher. Today we're going to explain some experiment in the online lab. It's called virtual lab. So today we choose the virtual lab in pH indicators. As we know, we have different indicators to determine the acidity or the basicity of the solution. We have acid solution or basic solution, and we have neutral solution. So we have the old technique, it's called litmus paper. As we know, when you put the litmus paper in the acidic solution, it will turn from blue to the red in the acidic solution, from red to blue. That's the old technique. So today we will choose another technique, like it's called liquid indicators. Before going to that, so the student in this experiment can design an experiment that used to determine pH in solution. And the student is able to give an acid experimental observation during the experiment. So as we know, any experiment in the lab of chemistry, we need tools or equipment and chemicals. Here we will choose and use elemental flask 250 ml and paper 250 ml, and we need solution, acid and base, to use it during our experiment, and we need indicators. Before going to that, so we need to take some feedback information about pH scale. And pH scale, it's from 0 to 14. From 0 to 6.9, or before 7, like 6.9, 6.8, or less than 7, it's called acid. But if greater than 7, it's called base. At 7, it's called neutral, like distilled water. So here we see the pH scale from 0 to 14, and we have some example substance about the acid or neutral and base. Base like ammonia, like again we have in the acid base like lemon juice or fingers or battery acid. And at 7 we have like distilled water, the most common example about the neutral substance. Now we will use the universal indicator or litmus paper indicator. This is the old technique to determine the acid and base. So you can cut paper from this universal indicator and put this in the solution. Then depend of the color. So we have around 14 colors. So we can determine what acid or base, and then if the weak base or weak acid or strong and strong base or acid. So not only determine acid or base, we can determine the weakest or strongest acidity and basic. As we know, we will choose here 3 new indicators like methyl orange and phenolphthalein and methyl red. Methyl orange, methyl red, phenolphthalein, all of them, they have a special color in the acid and basic solution. Methyl orange and methyl red. In the acid base, it's red, both of them. Methyl orange, it's yellow in the base, and methyl red, it's yellow again in the base. So methyl orange and methyl red, it's almost the same, but we have it should the methyl orange lit 4.4 like that, and 6.2 it will be like to basicity. Phenolphthalein, it's opposite color, like phenolphthalein in the acid colorless, but in the base it's red. Now we need to go to our virtual lab chemistry. So here we choose the solution and the equipment, and if we need tools like scale or Bunsen burner. Now we need tools. As we say, we need element flask, 2 element flask, to acid and base, And we need again 2 beakers, one of them to acid and base. Yes. And we need now a solution. Solution, we need different acidity and different pH scale. So we need distilled water. And we need again, yes, distilled water, yes. Okay. Yes, here acid, done. And here we need base, done. So here acid, HCl, and base, NaOH. Now we need indicators. So again, we need now indicators for this experiment. Okay, now we need to use indicators. As we know, we have different indicators like methyl orange, methyl red, and phenolphthalein. Now we need use 2 of them. I will use here methyl orange, and I will use another one, phenolphthalein, to see the different color in the acid and base solution. Now I will use the first one, acid solution. So now I will use the beaker to put some of the HCl in the beaker. So I will choose 10 ml. Yes, so now we put 10 ml in this beaker of HCl. Again, here we will use the first one, phenolphthalein, to indicate the change of the color in this solution. Here I will put, again, if you put 1 ml or if you put 100 ml, it's not important the volume of the indicator. So here only we can put only 5 drops of indicator, it's enough. So I would choose only 1 ml to determine the color of this solution, to use again pH scale. As we see here, the color, it's colorless again, as we said before. Look here, the phenolphthalein, it's colorless. So that means this acid solution, done. We finish for acid solution, phenolphthalein. Now, the basic solution, I will use beaker again. I'll put 10 ml of the basic solution, NaOH. So we put it that. Now we'll use phenolphthalein again, 1 ml. Now look for the color of the solution. It's changed for pink. As we said before, the color of acid and basic solution in phenolphthalein, acid colorless, and base it's around red, or we can say again we have another color like pink. So now look here, it's around